Can I smoke in here?
No.
Is it recording?
Yes.
I'm gonna start the introduction. You hit the microphone.
Oh, I didn't realize we were using this take.
We're just recording.
I just said, all right, I'm gonna start.
All right, carpool lane.
Okay, stop. Are we ready? Are you recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
Are we live on the air?
Okay, here we go.
Hold on. I'm gonna stop
Here's
this.
the beginning.
I'm gonna stop this. It's already so good though.
Here's the beginning. You ready?
Sure. Right, is it recording?
Okay.
It's recording.
This is episode 3. Shit. This is episode 2 of the Product Placement Podcast, otherwise known as Podcast. And we are going to talk about Carpool.
Nick, it looks a bit cold in here.
Carpool the movie.
I should probably put some clothes on. My name is Nick Wildhouse, and your co-host is
Cameron. No, shut up. It's Cameron. Snarklebarkle.
And then we are here today with
Tanya.
No.
Marcus Hellbling is from the channel. Full name. I guess it doesn't matter. Are they gonna dox me?
It's fine.
No one's gonna watch this.
It literally does not matter if we use our first and last name. It's public information. Okay.
What about that one girl that we met the other day?
I don't know her last.
The one that we lied to.
Don't fucking do that. You make me so angry sometimes. I know. That's why I don't come over anymore.
No,
it's because you don't drive. Can I smoke in here? No.
Okay,
right,
so
I'm gonna go for a cigarette.
No, you're not. We're in the middle of a fucking.
Your shirt
podcast.
is pretty good.
Jesus.
Also, I appreciate that everybody kind of just has a big old cup in their kitchen.
So I'm Nick. The angry one is Cameron. The annoying one is Marcus, and this is.
Just say your name.
Line.
CJ. This is CJ. And then we have a special.
The
token
guest.
The token
Guest.
Woman, female.
Yeah. What?
What's your name?
Tanya.
Yeah. Who's Tanya?
She's black.
Oh, okay.
No.
Tanya is our diversity hire for the podcast.
We're all black.
What was that song you sang about Tanya a while back? It's like Tanya.
Tanya, I wanna be on ya.
I wanna be on ya.
Is that inappropriate?
I didn't sing that, did I? Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
No, I feel like that's from like a show.
No, I sang it.
You sang it.
That was me.
Okay.
I said that when they weren't around. That was just between you and me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just revealed that.
You doxed me.
I did write a song about Tanya. It's Tanya Lynn. She loves to play the violin.
Yeah.
I'm more musically talented than Marcus.
Let's get on subject.
I have a VHS copy of Carpool provided by Marcus.
Are we gonna watch it on VHS?
No, it's free on YouTube. Cameron doesn't have a VCR. He's weird.
Okay.
So this is starring Tom Arnold and David Paymer, and
wait, you don't even have a VCR in the basement?
Stop interrupting.
No, he doesn't. It's just a DVD player.
It's somewhere around.
So anyway, it's weird because the cover of the Carpool, it's got caricature versions of everyone, but it has two two different, what do you call them, mottos. Or slogans. It has two slogans. Yeah. So the first one is a parent's worst nightmare, a kid's dream come true. And then it has a second one at the bottom, they couldn't decide which motto they wanted to go with. So the second one says, a dad in a hurry, a man on the run, and 5 kids with an attitude.
And a gun.
No. Well, there is a gun, but it's not on there.
I feel like
they missed an opportunity.
So I feel
like write that in.
I feel like it isn't two slogans though, because I feel like they go together. I feel like I'm on the radio.
Live on the air.
Live on the podcast.
On the back, it has the one good review that they found on the back, in quotes. Fun and funny, Tom Arnold has arrived as a top screen comic.
That's probably someone that Tom Arnold knows. Like personally.
Top screen comic doesn't sound like a
Well, it's from Tom Arnold. So.
That sounds like
Tom Arnold.
He wrote it.
No, but that would be funny.
Tom Arnold. How do you feel about Tom Arnold? Oh yeah, I think he's great. He's wonderful. This is like he's finally arrived as an on-screen comic.
And right, yeah, and like who wants to be introduced as an on-screen comic?
But he's also he was married to that one woman who was in that show Roseanne, but I forgot her name.
Is it Roseanne?
I'm trying to look up carpool complaints, and I'm getting like different
I like
stuff for, like,
the picture they chose on the
DMVs.
back of the VHS tape is the van going. It's breaking out of the window of a building.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice. Is that actually a shot from the movie?
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's a great
this
movie.
How is this
insane.
Yeah, why are we reviewing
reviewing
this if it's so good?
Well, it's a bad movie, but it's one of those that's like it's so bad it's good kind of movies. So
supposedly,
it
It's
starts
actually a movie about
out.
carps. Carp.
What the hell is an ool?
Carp's ool.
Pool.
it's about a carpool.
It's about a pool full of carps.
Carpe diem.
A pool
So
of
the back starts out rumble down the comedy road
All
with
right,
a
I'm done. I
tank
need
full
a
of
cigarette.
laughter.
Tank
Carpool.
full. Yeah, it's a tank of carps. All right, I need a cigarette. I'll see you guys.
Here are your cigarettes. Go shut the fuck
Forgot
up.
you stole them from. Nick did steal my cigarettes this time.
That was the first
That
time
was the
that
first-
statement has ever been true.
I feel like you've said that before.
Probably. Anyway,
I very much sympathize with teachers now because I feel like I just experienced it with like Marcus, where I had to deal with some bratty kid who just wouldn't shut the fuck up and it wouldn't stay on subject.
That's what the pills are for.
yeah, go time out. He's on a time.
He's on a timeout. Yeah, he's smoking at the back of the school.
Go out the front. It'll make less noise.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anyway, also that's what she said. Anyway,
Where do I put my cigarette?
no, we're in the middle of a podcast. Don't ask me questions.
Should I put it in the trash can?
Just eat them like a normal person.
Eat them.
He asked what to do with his cigarettes.
You just put it inside of the carton. You take your carton.
Oh my god. What a disaster.
Whatever.
I did enough babysitting with my niece and
That's,
nephew. I really shouldn't have to do this on the podcast.
They're easier
Yeah.
than Marcus,
They
actually.
actually are.
Marcus
Because they
is,
don't have a smoking drinking problem.
Not yet. Not yet.
Marcus is the famous Jono on the hit internet series Chums in the House. And he acts exactly the same in the show as he does in real life.
Actually impossible to find reviews outside of IMDb on this movie.
Really?
'Cause
And Rotten Tomatoes.
I keep getting like complaints about just like general complaints about the concept of carpool.
You have to type in carpool
I
movie
did.
reviews. Like
I
carpool
did.
Tom Arnold.
I mean, you could
I'll type
just
Tom Arnold.
you could just do IMDb and then we can just stay away from each other's reviews. You know, like we'll just put some tape down the middle of the reviews.
No.
Okay. So
You
this
read the words on the left side, I read the words on the right side.
Exactly.
So this movie Carpool by Tom Arnold is from 1996.
Wait, it's by Tom Arnold?
with Tom Arnold.
Okay.
Starring Tom
Next to it was made next to Tom Arnold.
Written, directed, and produced by Tom Arnold.
Arnold. It might as well have been.
I got a good review right here. Can I read it?
Yeah, I guess you can start.
I'll start it a little bit. Just start it a little bit. Okay, so this one they actually gave it a pretty good review, but the beginning of it's pretty funny. So it's titled "Not a Pool of Cars." And it says, now you may not be aware of the term carpool, or maybe you are, but just in case, it means that one car is being used to transport many individuals. In this case, it is a carpool to school. So you get kids from different families being driven to school by one dad. So now the other parents have not to worry how their kids will get to school. So it's basically just them explaining that it's not a pool of cars, and that's just what I thought was funny.
That's like me trying to write an essay, like any sort of research project.
Yeah, it kind of is.
It's like breaking down the topic before I get into anything relevant.
I don't know if you know, but this is not a pool of cars.
Yeah, that when you gotta fluff it up to a 20-page paper, you'll write about anything.
Okay.
So I've got a good review here from Rotten Tomatoes. These, I'm just doing like really quick snapshots here. Watching a Tom Arnold movie is like getting trapped in a room with a barking dog for 90 minutes.
Oh, God.
And then another one here. The whole Madcap production is at best faintly amusing, at worst painfully protracted.
What
the hell does that even mean?
I don't know.
Carpool, the new Tom Arnold comedy, is one ride to avoid unless truly idiotic car chase slapstick comedies are the destination genre.
All right. I've got one from ChristianAnswers.net.
Okay, wait, ChristianAnswers.net.
Christian.
That's replacing Google. That's replacing Google.
So, first of all, I would love to begin with they have a moral rating system, and Carpool is very offensive.
Oh no.
Oh no. As far as the second rating is called movie making quality, 3 out of 5 stars.
Wait, that's a good review.
On ChristianAnswers.net. Yeah, I'm not going to read the meat, but we're going to read I'm going to read the first little paragraph and the last little paragraph. The best thing that I can say about Carpool is that it is a reasonably well-acted comedy. Viewers will especially like the performance of the show's star, Tom Arnold. Unfortunately, Mr. Arnold, ex-husband of the famous foul-mouthed sitcom star Roseanne, isn't nearly as good at selecting scripts as he is at acting. Tasteless jokes, an all-fluff storyline, car chases, not much more. In fact, this humorous movie amounts to little more than 2 middle-aged men and a carload of contentious kids evading the police. The last bit here, as if dumb humor were not enough, this flick includes 9 or 10 profanities and vulgarities, a couple sexually suggestive remarks, and a brief scene of a bare-bunned senior citizen.
Oh no.
It is not a movie for anyone seeking a degree of depth or redemptive value. It is not one that parents seeking to guide their children toward godliness will want to encourage their kids to view.
Well, you heard it from CJ himself. This movie is nothing like The Passion of the Christ.
And you will go to hell.
Oh my god. And then this, I don't know, what is this? A viewer comment from Freeze, age 25. Carpool stinks. It is a it is a cheeseball slapstick, poorly acted comedy. Tom Arnold plays his typical character, a blundering dork. Nowhere in the movie is there the least bit of intelligence. Don't waste your money.
I will waste my money by watching this.
Watch it on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay. There's a couple funny ones here I can read through real quick on Rotten Tomatoes. And there's a couple here that are good episode titles as well. And this one I want to read because of that. The humor is too feeble to overcome the repetitive lethargy of the formulaic storyline.
Why does everybody have to get so pretentious with their reviews?
Because everyone who tries to act smart is trying to act like they're writing, like they're speaking from the 1800s. Like they have to use words that are just not common at all. The next one is, it is a wide-eyed and mirthlessly peppy Mr. Arnold soon wears out his welcome as a bumbling would-be bank robber who commandeers a group of young hostages.
Spoiler.
That's less of a review and more of just a description of the movie. They're saying it's bad because of what the movie's about. And the last one I'm going to read here is hard to hate, but just about impossible to like.
Hard to hate, but impossible to like.
Hard to hate, but impossible to like. That's also a good episode title.
That is pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hard to hate,
but impossible to like. Yeah, we've got some pretty good titles just from the reviews.
I like naming them after the reviews.
I do too. Yeah. Let me find a good one here. So this one is the title's pretty good actually. Better Than You Think, which doesn't help much.
Repeat that. What did you say?
Better Than You Think, which doesn't help much.
Well, I think it stinks.
Yeah, I don't even want to read the rest of it. I just like the title, honestly.
Hard to hate, impossible to like.
I'll just read their overall impression. This movie is as mediocre as it gets. Just how so depends on your age group. Kids will enjoy the bad jokes. Adolescent boys will enjoy Kayla's outfit. Okay, I don't understand the context of that, but
No, it's gross.
Rachael Leigh Cook.
No, I'm talking. Okay.
God, you smell like ass.
Thanks, man.
Everyone else, it won't kill you, but there has to be at least one better tape in the store. Parents, be advised that family movies are not the best way to spend time with your kids.
Small word stuff for that.
Stop interrupting me.
I didn't say anything.
You've been talking the whole time. What are you talking about?
You're interrupting yourself, man.
Shut the fuck up.
This one is no exception. I don't even remember the context of why I was saying that because you interrupted me. Okay, whatever.
That's what's so great about this podcast. It's like a slice of life. People pissing each other off, friends that love each other but they hate each other.
I'm coming off like way more aggressively because I am losing my patience a little bit.
It's just because you're in charge of the audio.
You've been losing your patience all day. You yelled at me because
I guess I'm just in a bad mood today.
Okay, this
I don't know
was
what it is. What's going on with
posted on Reddit 7 months ago by user Ionic Breeze Machine. Carpool 1996. This movie is my secret shame. I'm something of a Tom Arnold apologist.
Oh my goodness.
And genuinely like him as a performer despite myself.
That's sad.
Yes, this movie is an overly zippy and slightly messy film, and yet I kind of enjoy it the same way I enjoy Jingle All of the Way. I'm so sorry. And basically everybody is like saying like, yeah, this is what people with no business in comedy do. They do Tom Arnold.
Have you ever seen The Bully? It's got Rick Moranis and Tom Arnold. And Tom Arnold is like, again, kind of plays this like sociopathic, goofy person who just like harasses Rick Moranis at work all day. And it's another bad movie this is not a bad movie to watch, actually.
Who made Groundhog Day? No, not Rick Moranis.
No, that's Harold Ramis. Rip.
They have
Rick Moranis was Mr. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
I am kind of curious. It's because I like the Ramones. As a kid, this movie taught me about the Ramones. That's all I remember. Later, when I'd be in middle school, I'd become a punk rocker. Maybe I owe it all to Carpool. Okay, okay, sure.
That's a very sentimental review. I like that. I like it when people take it personally. My favorite
Carpool doesn't inspire punk rock. I'm gonna make that declaration before I even see the movie.
Sure it does.
It's apparently the Ramones, I guess, have a song in it.
I thought it was pronounced Ram Ones, but
the Ram Ones. Oh my god, I'm gonna start saying that around my mom, and she's gonna be so pissed off at me. You have no idea.
Is she a big Ramones fan?
She's a big Ram Ones fan. I love that. Yeah, she's also big into Star Wars. Is there a way I can make fun of that too?
You can say Star Trek is better.
By saying you're a fan of Star Wars, pretty much makes fun of yourself. Yeah.
You can. I mean, I'm pretty sure the best way to.
You just point and laugh at my mom.
Yeah. Make her feel like shit. Yeah.
I love you.
That's what she gets.
Wait, are we recording right now?
Yeah,
we've been recording since before you went to have a smoke break.
Good job. I liked it. It was a good joke.
I didn't like it.
All right, let's start over.
Let's just start from the beginning. It's currently 10:12 p.m. Saturday, February 10th, 2024.
Do we have to say the date and the time and everything?
Yeah, we have to also say what our address is.
No, don't. No, we already went over that in the
5:45.
We did the same thing.
I'm gonna have to cut that out.
Of the last.
We didn't cut it from the first one.
Yeah, but that's because you couldn't really hear
I didn't say what
the end of
state
it.
you're in or anything.
We're at 4:20 here for now.
I mean, what country are we even in? Shit.
Argentina.
I already fucked up.
And
we're definitely not located inside of any country, continent, or underneath any kind of government building.
we're definitely not under a government building.
We're definitely not under a government building. That would be ridiculous. Ridinky donkey.
That's fine.
Oh, we should talk about Twin Peaks.
Why?
It's a good show.
But we're supposed to be talking about the movie right now.
Carpool's a movie directed by...
It's directed by...
Carpool.
That was a good one. It was directed by Arthur Hiller, written by Don Reimer.
Those aren't real names.
Yeah, those names mean nothing to me. Don't you mean Jesus Christ?
Greatest story ever told, written
Jesus Christ.
in film.
You're thinking of Mel Gibson making the Christ movie.
This movie.
They're gonna make
Carpool.
Passion of Christ 2. Did you know that?
Well, they're
What
just
happens?
they're
Is
just
that-
going to turn the Bible into a movie.
Is that just like
What
Easter?
is it? The resurrection, yeah.
Yeah, like
I think he comes back. Maybe
he comes
But
back.
instead of 3 years later, it's like 20 years later.
No, 3 days later. Or it's just or it's just dogma, like literally.
Jesus Christ comes back 28 days later.
Anyway, we're watching Carpool right now.
we're
It
not.
says rated PG for crude humor, mild language, and comic action.
Comic action.
It's made with 30% total recycled fiber.
Wait, what?
Wait, maybe that's referring to the VHS. tape
Yeah, that's
itself.
what the movie.
It actually says that on the VHS.
the
Yeah.
movie itself is made out of 30%
So if we
recycled
ate
fiber.
this, we would actually get some fiber in our system. That might help my IBS. I have IBS.
God damn it!
Well, would it count as a laxative if you ate the VHS tape? Or the
I think your
cardboard?
body would just throw it out. I don't think it's not. I don't think it's biodegradable.
This is a quote from Tom Arnold. My shows weren't great, but it's not like I tied people up and forced them to watch. And I could have too, because I'm a big guy and I'm good with knots.
Oh my god!
Tom Arnold.
Yeah,
Tom Arnold, then
That is quite the quote from Tom
It
Arnold.
sounds like something Marcus would say.
That's what the murderer said on a different podcast I listened to yesterday.
the murderer. I could have like tied people up and made them watch my movie.
Let's turn this into another serial killer.
I guess some people were saying that like Roseanne paid the price for his coke habit or something.
Oh, he had a coke habit.
I don't know. You mean she paid for his coke?
It's okay. Remember that time he had the number of that coke dealer? He really came through for us. Oh wait, Roseanne paid for it. That's right.
Coke didn't cost that much in the 90s. It was what, 50 cents a bottle?
I don't know what they're saying.
Well, they made millions of dollars, so they were just
no, crack wasn't expensive.
I watched it a bunch on VHS
Okay,
while
I'm
being
surprised.
babysat in the 90s. That and Jury Duty with Pauly Shore, my man.
Pauly Shore. Let's add more Pauly Shore movies to this.
This podcast is brought to you by
Sean
Raid Shadow
Sean.
Legends.
Marcus just keeps on like interjecting with things that he knows that are gonna piss me off.
This is brought to you by TFT, Cameron's favorite game.
I've been eating chips like every 5 minutes to make sure that there was a good crunchy sound in the background.
We do need more ASMR in the show.
That's what I'm saying.
I did notice that. I was liking it very much.
Don't worry, I did it only on the parts when like we didn't want to listen to other people talking.
Okay.
So
Like when Nick
Marcus
was
talking.
Yeah, or like when Nick was talking about his dick.
Oh,
I just said it hurt. It wasn't going into a whole story about. I don't know why it hurt. I think I just sat wrong.
it would be better if you went into more
Maybe you're
detail.
cranking it too hard.
I did crank it pretty hard in Cameron's shower earlier today.
God damn it!
I didn't say it that time.
That time.
But even then, I appreciate the context rather than just talking about your dick for no reason.
Well, there's a reason. There's some mild, crude humor in the
Okay.
movie, right? This is rated PG. It stands for parental guidance.
We already went.
And
into-
you just talked about how you're everyone's daddy, so you're the parent
I never
guiding
said
us
that.
through the movie. This is one big carpool. This podcast is a carpool of us going.
That's not how carpools work. We already read the review.
Yeah, we literally
explaining how
read- yeah.
how carpools work. That's
the
not how it works.
definition of someone had to explain it to us before they reviewed the movie.
Marcus just handed me his phone.
It
It's
could have been real confusing. The customers maybe weren't on the same page.
Yeah.
nice SpongeBob shirt. You look like Jesse Pinkman.
Monkeys.
Yeah, those are monkeys.
He really does look like Jesse Pinkman.
Cameron's wearing
Why do we just guys?
Shut the fuck
I
up.
just don't know
Everyone
why.
just-
You're like,
CJ, you really have to be aware about how loud you get when you laugh. Like it is projecting so loudly.
Okay, we were talking about tits and dicks. Hang on, where were we? That sounds like Freaks and Geeks. Like, let's make a new Freaks and Geeks show called Tits and Dicks, right?
That's
Well,
not what I mean. That's fine.
You always send me a meme. You don't have to tell me you sent me a meme. I'll open my phone and it'll be there.
Just love that
I'm
you're
gonna-
like, those are monkeys.
Hang on.
I'm gonna interrupt you here real quick and say that we have about 5 minutes before it's like 30 minutes. So
That's fine.
yeah. So like
We read the reviews.
Yeah,
we're ready to watch the
get
movie.
like one out there.
Yeah, let's get the Marcus. Do you have
Things to
anything you would like to add for everyone to hear?
So I've been watching Carpool since I was literally allowed to watch it, which was back in the 90s, I guess.
Yeah, it came out in '96. That tracks.
And it was rated PG, so it was okay for me to watch it, but it left an impending doom on my life.
This is rated PG.
is this the reason your life sucks?
It might be.
I thought your life sucks because that's too mean.
Alcoholism.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Wait, is that what you were gonna like? Is that what you were thinking though? Alcoholism?
Because
This has been the first half of the new episode of the PP podcast.
and we have 4 minutes left.
Marcus is my co-host on the other podcast, Shiitake, where we record ourselves during the movie.
Stop recording now.
Watch on chumsofthehouse.com. All right, are we starting?
We already started. We're recording.
Oh, okay. Back to the second
As
half
you notice,
of the
we're on
podcast.
the air.
This is we watched Carpool, and I give it 4 out of 5 crucifixes. And this is ChristianReviews.net.
No, we gotta go with the previous one that we'd used. So like donuts, or we could just go 10 like out of 10
Why do
like
we-
crucifixes.
Why do we have to do 10 donuts? We have to do donuts every time?
We could do
Well,
crucifixes.
the
but
movie did talk about donuts
we
a
have
lot.
we have to. Okay, it did talk about donuts a lot. Marcus, get back over here.
We actually
I thought-
want you
That's,
here.
that's the first time anyone ever wanted me anywhere.
I thought he was over. I thought he just had to fart.
No, I was stealing Tanya's beer.
Okay, so we can do donuts. We can do
Oh, that was
crucifixes.
wet.
Marcus, get back over.
We could do donuts. We could do crucifixes, but I still want the number to be 10 because that's what we used.
We
last
can
time.
all have our own
You're
thing.
a 10 out of 10 already.
Thank you.
10 out of 10 what?
Poop.
You're poop.
I still take that as a
You
compliment.
got you good.
You got the full poop.
I got the full poop. I can't say that I'm unflattered.
Nick is more like a 420 out of 10 poop.
Thanks, man.
Okay, so
You got some jizz
now I
on
feel
it.
pretty bad about my 10 out of 10 poop.
Yeah.
Well, don't look into someone else's bowl of poop.
Okay, so before we get into the ratings, I think we should just talk about the movie because last time we did the ratings at the end. So
So the movie was about 90 minutes long.
Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck,
Tom Arnold.
Tom Arnold,
Tom
Hey,
Hanks?
Tom Hanks.
What's another famous Tom?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Tom Cruise.
Oh, yeah.
It would be cool. We should just do a movie that's like all the Toms in Hollywood. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Starring Tom and Jerry.
Imagine if we had the connection to do that. Can you imagine filming that?
We
Just
can-
like Tom.
We can have a world record for most Toms in a movie.
Oh my God.
We could just name all the characers Tom in the movie.
That's the best picture I've ever taken.
Oh, thank you.
It's just you playing TFT.
So-
that does look like a really good photo.
So during the movie, I did have a hankering for some TFT. So I had to get on my phone and get that,
For viewers at home that don't know what that is Team Fight Tactics.
We keep on saying viewers, but like it's just a podcast right now.
For everyone watching at home.
You don't call it a view when someone clicks on it and listens to it?
No,
you
it's
don't
a-
call that a view?
No, it's literally a listen. You just said it in like your sentence. When someone clicks on it and listens to it, it's
I'm sorry.
I see what you mean, Cameron.
Yeah.
but
I don't really care about semantics all that much.
semantics.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Quiet.
So, I actually was very surprised how much I enjoyed watching Carpool.
The answer is corner.
I like all the little things that you get to see, which is it. Oh man,
I'm gonna say wood chipper.
it could have been better writing, but like,
Give me your fucking phone.
There you go.
what?
I'm confiscating this.
What?
His phone. He's just talking about random bullshit, like while we're on the podcast.
Can you put it to sleep so it doesn't run out of battery?
Does it really stay open if I don't put it on sleep?
Yeah, just click one
Some
of
of them
the
are like
buttons.
Okay.
So Carpool is about a hijacking of a minivan full of children, and it's a family comedy. It's very funny.
It's rated PG. Despite all the jokes about
talk
all the
about
sex jokes.
breast reduction.
Yeah, they do actually
and
make a lot.
sexual assaults.
Yeah, make a lot of sex jokes.
Like it's yeah.
It's very 90s because that's what they did.
It's so strange because it's a good mixture of like adult humor with kid humor. Like I didn't.
You don't have to drive.
Shh.
Why are you talking right now?
You go, it's fine.
Okay. It's a good mixture of adult humor and kid humor because it's got some really dumb stuff, but it's also got some really clever stuff that adults would appreciate.
Yeah, it's got a good mixture of adult humor and kids humor.
What's the adult humor? There was adult content. Like
the
language.
adult humor would have been like when Tom Arnold's mom is throwing all the stuff out the sizzler.
That's everybody would like. Everyone would be loving.
No, it really is fun for all ages. I give it 2 thumbs up.
Okay, so when I say adult humor, I don't necessarily mean like adult jokes. I mean just like things.
It was adult content.
Yeah, adult
like
content. Yeah, that is funny. Like it's that all the jokes were kind of more. They were more like towards kids, but they were like there was content that just you felt it as an adult, like the marriage thing, like about like him not showing up to the cop not showing up to his wedding, and I was like, this is actually.
Oh my god, I loved when they had that whole thing, and then they're like, what would you do? And Tom Arnold's just like, I'd shoot him. And someone, just some random person in the back of the mall is like, yeah,
yeah,
shoot him.
Yeah, that's not like a kid joke.
Yeah.
That's like for the adults that are bringing the kids to the movie.
It's so hard. I feel like the script was terrible, but all the little visual gags and like background actors and whatever is what made it fun and entertaining.
Rhea Pearlman was very funny.
Yeah, she was actually.
I appreciate that. I really like that. The moment I saw her, I was like, oh man, I hope she's gonna yell at us, and that's exactly what she did.
They didn't spend enough time in the beginning showcasing the main character's life.
I didn't understand
David Paymer.
I didn't understand like either of them, like what their motivation was.
Okay, so yeah, speaking of the beginning,
David was like late. I get that, but like Tom Arnold, I totally missed why.
So I understand that you can't just go like full force in a movie immediately, but it did feel a little bit slow in the beginning, considering how fast paced the rest of the movie was.
I mean, it really was like the entirety of the movie was just in that one car, so they had to. I don't know.
Bottle episode on wheels.
Yeah, it was.
That is crazy. Bottle episodes on wheels.
It's just, but there is a motivation issue. I mean, you know that the father wants to get to his presentation, but you don't quite grasp the sense of urgency on why this moment is so important. And they're trying to.
It's not even.
To get you to be like, hey, oh, he doesn't. His family comes second. But it really does in the beginning just feel like, oh, the father's trying to get to work on time. Like it doesn't like feel like it's anything. And then as for Tom Arnold,
do that.
You're not going to be on the podcast anymore. I literally am not going to do this with you again.
As for Tom Arnold, there is almost no motivation. They hint in the beginning. That like he's with circus performers, but they're at his house. You don't actually see him at the circuit. It would have been better if they showed him like what his job was in the beginning, and what the issue was.
Yeah, the circus thing went over my head.
I think they wanted to have I think the problem is that they wanted to have the big reveal for like the climax of the movie at like the circus place.
I guess so.
And the thing is, I think they could have just revealed it in the beginning and it still would have been fine. It would have been a callback, like, oh, like, yeah, we're at where he works now, and now there's something going on there. Like,
I think it would have been better if instead of accidentally robbing the store, where there's like 2 other robbers, and then he ends up Tom Arnold just like takes the money. Because in the opportunity is if they actually made Tom Arnold like a sympathetic robber, like something was going on in his life, and he actually was robbing the store, and give us more tension. I mean, he's just this dude who happened to be there at the right time.
It had like, oh man, I think I'm thinking of the right movie, like A Fish Called Wanda. Just the idea of like weird things happening with people. They were trying to go in that direction, but it was like, unfortunately though, the entirety of the movie is tied to them being stuck in this car, and so it was hard. Like what even happened to the original robbers? Like at one point they broke into his mom's house.
That's the part you fell asleep at.
Oh,
in the climax at the carnival at the
I
end.
fell asleep.
CJ fell asleep for a
few
bit
minutes.
of the movie.
For a few minutes.
Yeah.
Just the climax.
Just the climax, not any important parts.
However, they were gone for a majority of the movie.
But they still don't resolve it after they catch. Like you don't show the long term.
Yeah.
No one really suffers consequences in that movie.
The entire town was destroyed by this car chase. And
as for the police officer, Rhea Pearlman, and the other dude, it's like there wasn't really much of a resolution there.
Oh yeah, I was totally waiting for them to just like kiss or something.
But we needed more of Tom Arnold's mom, because only in the beginning in the first act, when we're introduced to them, he mentions the Sizzler, and then a little bit later the robbers show up and she throws them out of the house. But then for majority of the movie, for like a solid hour, you don't hear about his mom, or we don't mention it at all. But all of a sudden, at the very, very end of the movie, oh my God, I have to meet my mom for lunch, and there she is at the Sizzler, something that they briefly mentioned, just in a gag that you think is a joke, and they roll the credits over. You got 2 tanks and a Humvee and like police officers and armed guard, essentially, too afraid to go after Tom Arnold's mom. They should have focused on her more. She was like comedy gold.
It was like starting to turn into like a, what is it? Like
Wars?
a Medea's kind of thing.
Medea.
Yeah.
Medea.
It's Medea. You know Cameron's white because he pronounced it Medea.
Medea.
Moana 2 is coming out tomorrow.
Is it?
But by the time this podcast will come out.
No, it's literally it's gonna be done like in a day.
Okay.
You really think it's gonna take like 7 months or something?
It usually does for what we make.
No, that's for videos.
No,
and
this
stuff.
is just audio.
Yeah.
I do have several episodes of Shiitake on my laptop that have been there for like 2 years.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Well, okay, but that's shiitake. Like we're gonna try and do.
Yeah, this is higher art.
Yeah.
What we're doing is
Highbrow.
this is highbrow.
Okay.
Highbrow.
It's significantly easier.
Put on your big boy pants.
I put on my SpongeBob shirt.
You did.
SpongeBob shirt.
You have your SpongeBob shirt, and Cameron has his Bluth frozen banana shirt.
Yep. He's had that since 3 days ago.
I mean, at least 3 days ago. I would
You've
say.
had that a long time.
at least 4.
But okay, so I actually one part that as soon as I knew, like this is the moment I knew. What are you laughing at?
Your sentence, it was so funny.
Okay.
I actually, this is what I knew. It was. I can't even repeat it. It's so good.
Okay, I'll start over. I knew at this moment in the movie that I was going to enjoy the movie, and is when everybody in the bakery started pulling out their guns.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like, because I remember thinking in that moment, I was like, okay,
Like,
two people.
well, might as well join in.
2 people have pulled out a gun. It would be fucking hilarious if just like more and more people started pulling out guns, and then it immediately happened. I was like, this is perfect.
The old woman pulls out the gun.
Yeah.
The only person.
Narwhal, remember when in the movie?
It turns out the only person that didn't really have a gun was Tom Arnold, because the twist later said it was a lighter.
Yeah.
So he was actually the least threatening person in that room.
Yeah, he's so likable, and somehow he ends up being like the only guy that takes.
Well, it like really turned into, for a moment, I'm like, is this like, haha, I'm a serial killer? Like, he's just like, I never do this, but I'm holding all these kids hostage and at gunpoint. Like,
It's
but everyone's laughing and having a good time.
Yeah.
It was like, I didn't know if it was how dark or like close to how edgy it was gonna get.
Cameron, I have a question. Did you knit this tablecloth yourself?
No, I didn't. Well, anyway, I was gonna say,
Can't even
you know,
tell.
the mom kind of reminded me of like the guy from the Goonies. You know, the hey,
Sloth.
Yeah, Sloth. Like, hey, you
Except you don't see her
guys.
face.
You don't see her face.
No,
She
I
was
told
had
you.
this
No,
like from Inspector Gadget, like the claw. She was like that kind of like villain, but like this movie was very much a live action cartoon, actually.
It seemed like a movie that would have been really fun to make. Like, if I'm being honest, it seemed like everybody, like you could tell from just watching it, it seemed like everybody was having a good time.
Tom Arnold just seems like a friendly guy.
Yeah.
You know, he just seems like, well, he's wearing his like dad bod Hawaiian shirt.
I mean, one of the reviews that we read said that like he's not forcing us to watch movies, and he could if he wanted to. And this is one of those movies that I actually wouldn't mind being forced to watch.
I wouldn't mind.
Do you have a special connection to this napkin?
Why are you
Throw it
just
away?
not like you're interrupting us for things that aren't related to the
Should I
podcast?
throw it in the trash? Or do you like it? Or
We can throw
Okay.
it away.
Marcus, I have a question for you. What's your thoughts on Carpool?
I love Carpool. I like that part where the guy was like, "I'm gonna carpool you."
Carpool tunnel you.
Yeah. So you got the jokes.
I got
You're
the
a funny
jokes.
man.
I'm the funny
You know-
man.
You know how to
Yeah.
be funny.
I know how to
Okay.
be mildly funny.
I think Tom Arnold's mom sounded like Ogra from The Dark Crystal, like this.
This is how to know when.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's what. Suns, stars, moons, the very angle of eternity, the very ingulus of time. How else would you know conjunctions? I think Augur's a great character.
I'm sorry, it was like there, and then suddenly it was clearly Kermit the Frog.
That's what I was thinking.
Jim Henson production. Jim
yeah.
Henson died of hypothermia or like something like that.
No, it kind of sounded like a mixture of the guy from Police Academy and also Kermit the Frog.
Okay.
You know the guy I'm talking about?
Tom Arnold?
No, wait, is that Tom Arnold? I don't
No.
think that's Tom Arnold.
No, it's not.
Tom Arnold should be in more movies.
Speaking of which,
You really
Roseanne
should.
got picked
Underrated.
up for a new show, I think.
Roseanne.
Yeah, Roseanne.
Roseanne.
Wait.
It's funny. Is it still called Roseanne even though
No.
they canceled Roseanne?
It's called The Connors.
Yeah,
It's the
that's what-
spin-off.
Yeah, but Connors is getting canceled, but Roseanne's getting hired back. So
Roseanne's.
everyone get fired, and then Roseanne's getting.
Everyone's getting fired and Roseanne's coming back.
No, that's not what happened.
That's what I heard on clickbait
It's called clickbait
from the deep web.
from the deep web.
I don't know if it's true or not.
No, it's
When
not.
Marcus is just surfing Tor casually.
That doesn't make any sense. That just sounds like legitimate clickbait. Clickbait. Ooh ha ha.
That sounds like a good song. We didn't make that.
It's a
From
reference to
Nemo.
Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
Shark bait. Ooh-ha-ha.
Tom Arnold met comedian Roseanne when she saw his act in '83.
And bought him cocaine. ever
Oh
since.
damn, yeah. Their relationship was complicated by his alcoholism and drug addiction, but he eventually became sober. The two married in 1990, divorced in '94.
Are they still married?
Divorced in 1994, and then he made Carpool. Basically, at the end of that, that's funny.
Who made Carpool?
Arnold.
Tom Arnold.
Wait, he died?
No, he didn't die.
No, at the end of his marriage with Roseanne, they divorced in '94.
And then they made Carpool.
Yeah.
So we get Carpool because
Carpool came out of their failed marriage.
yeah, we got to enjoy this because they got divorced.
So if you get me sober, I'll make the next Carpool too.
Can you imagine being married to Roseanne? It's gotta be the worst.
Oh, man.
Can't even imagine.
One of the mistakes they made, as a lot of people make, is they didn't have a prenup. This was at the height of Roseanne's fame. She ended up paying Arnold a lump sum of spousal support payment of $50 million. Holy shit.
Damn! So Tom Arnold got
He
a good
robbed
deal.
her. Yeah.
Dude, and he wasted all of it on Carpool.
Wasted? Invested.
Invested. Yeah.
Tom Arnold invested $50 million in some spousal support money from Roseanne in order to give us Carpool.
I would say
I'm gonna look up.
it was a worthy investment.
I'm gonna look up how much it made. He's been in so much.
It lost at least $1 million.
Stuff.
I did have a revenue page on
Oh my God.
open right here.
It was a match made in trailer trash heaven.
Trailer Trash Heaven. That would be a good title for Carpool.
Oh, and he's 7 years younger than her.
Guys, listen to this. The budget was $17 million, gross worldwide $3.3 million.
Oh my God! What a
Damn.
failure!
Well, what happened? Because that movie is amazing, and I love that movie.
I didn't think it was
Wow.
possible, like to fail something that hard.
So hard.
Is that why he was like so like cringe on Trailer Park Boys?
No, it was probably because it happened 5 years before 9/11.
I don't wait. No, I don't think so. Why does it always come back to 9/11? Why are we always just like
Wait, 5 years or 4 years?
It's a really good anchor point for modern times.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
But
Because
still,
nobody can relate to the moon landing anymore.
But still, I mean, we literally talked about it last podcast with Biodome, and like they made more money than this, and that was a way worse
Guys,
movie.
No, there was a totally different context. That was a review made a month before 9/11. So I was just trying to get you like to focus on like a pre 9/11 America.
Oh no, I'm just saying that Biodome made more money than this movie that I actually legitimately consider a pretty good movie.
True.
But
Point
what
taken.
would you consider a bad movie? Nothing But Trouble, maybe?
Yeah.
Or Nick?
Well, Nick's not a movie, so I don't know.
I want to make a movie
Okay.
called Nick Stands, and
I
he
know.
just stands in random
I know. I've
places.
seen the trailers. Okay.
Which are just still images, pictures he takes of me.
As a child, Arnold was diagnosed with autism.
Oh.
Who?
His mother abandoned the family when he was a child. I'm reading from his Wikipedia.
Tom Arnold has autism.
And
I
he and his
knew I
siblings
related
were
to
raised
him.
by their father.
But he was more successful than anyone because he married a cougar, which was also Roseanne,
Yeah.
who also made the best show ever made. But then she made
Whoa.
that one random racist tweet that totally ruined her career.
Oh man, you say one racist
One
thing
random
and people
racist
hold you
thing.
accountable.
Arnold and his sister.
You have racist thoughts in your head for years, and you will say one of them, and
But
suddenly you can't.
She blamed it on Valium or like something.
Yeah,
What was it?
Um,
The quote.
Yeah, drugs don't like turn you
Tom
racist.
Arnold and his sister moved back in
But
with
it was
their
just
mother
it was
and
a,
their
it
teens.
was a reference
Shh.
to
Uh,
rapes or something.
Do you not realize when other people are talking and you're just like talking over them?
Lori, I'm assuming his sister, Lori was married per their mother's consent. And this is just gossip. Lori was married at age 14 to a man who was 23 years old. Soon Lori was a heavy drug user and dealer, one of the largest meth operations in the Midwest until she was arrested in '89.
Oh damn!
Arnold escaped his sister's fate and worked at a meat packing plant where he studied business and administration. Weird. Okay,
Good
weird.
for Tom.
Yeah,
Arnold.
somehow he stayed away from that, but then fell back into it once he got famous, I guess.
I mean, that just happens. Like it doesn't matter. Like
it just sucks
yeah.
that it seemed like he escaped and then, I don't know.
Well, you know, the entertainment business has a lot of drugs, so
We need more autistic people on the big screen.
Dang.
you're just saying that because you're on the spectrum.
Hey. That is true.
I would give everybody a hug, but I'm germophobic.
I gave you a hug earlier and herpes. You want to get that checked out.
Just earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Oh, by the way, you left your fingernail clippings on your desk upstairs.
yeah, I know.
Also, I peed my pants.
I was doing that on purpose. I gotta accumulate them for the movie.
What did I say? I literally said that earlier.
You say everything though, because you have access to the dictionary, which most people don't have. So
Okay, guys,
you're just
we're live
flaunting
on the
your
air
ability to
right now.
You're just too tired to do this. I think.
And
What?
drunk.
I'm a little tired to do
No,
this.
I've been
What
tired
is
for the
this?
last 13
Some kind of beer.
Oh, that smells awful.
It smells like Marcus.
Because he smells like beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, you want to try something?
No, I'm good.
Like, we could talk about the movie,
sterile, I
but
think.
I think we already talked enough about the movie.
What-
if I'm
what-
honest.
Wait,
what's-
this is literally the podcast.
what are your guys-
Oh yeah, Carpool is amazing because it's got the movie in the movie's whole. It's
Marcus.
Warner Brothers.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie,
The Shining.
The Shining. Yeah.
You know, I just want to say something. For someone who has talked up Carpool like the entire, like before we watched it, you haven't given us any details about the movie.
It's an action movie.
Okay, Rhea Pearlman is really good in Cheers, and she shines in this movie.
Okay, that's actually...
She like does like action shit, and she like throws an entire car over because
There's basically,
she's so mad.
like 2 whole scenes dedicated to her.
Yeah, Rhea Pearlman is fucking amazing. She's still in the news today with Danny DeVito and dude, if we can just like gather a fraction of the energy of Danny DeVito or Rhea Pearlman, we would make at least something that people would watch more than 15 views worth of.
They are a power
like their
couple.
daughter.
They are a power couple, a power family. They just like radiate, just like
From the 70s too.
radiate success
Yeah, not 70s.
and just like cool people. They just seem like cool people.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
I want to be Rhea Pearlman or Danny DeVito. They know how to.
Are you gonna?
Are you trying to say fuck?
No, that's a bad word. I can't say that.
Okay.
We're on a podcast.
What were you gonna say? Because you're just going.
Family values.
They know how to family values. Peace sign.
Narco killer.
Okay,
Jessica say.
Oh yeah, the Ram ones was in there.
Dude,
Played the
my
same
favorite-
song 3 times.
My favorite part in the movie was when Tom Arnold burst into the office and said, I'm your psychopath.
I'm your psychopath.
I'm your psychopath.
I think my favorite moment was right before they switched to the mom going crazy.
Yeah, when he's like, I still have to take my mom to lunch. Whoa!
That's like how you end the movie.
I love that shot where he's like, oh no, my car's stuck. It's just a single shot of like a van in front of a truck, but there's like 30 other cars in the parking lot. It just they could have there's
I have a
like a
question
weird lazy
for
like we need an
everybody.
unbelievable obstacle
Okay.
here.
Marcus has a question.
What is the main character? And everyone has to answer really fast.
Who is the main character? You mean?
Who is the main character?
The
Everyone
father.
has- The father?
I actually don't know because they
answer fast.
both have like a lot of screen time. I'm just gonna say the father's the first one that pops up on the screen, so I'm gonna say father.
Son,
Which son?
The Holy Spirit.
thank you.
Okay.
No, it's the father because
It's the
Tom
father.
Arnold comes in at the beat where you introduce the antagonist in the scripts. And then after they get into the car and the hostage situation takes over and then the van takes off, then you enter Act 2.
And technically, Tom Arnold is the antagonist and the plot device, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, the antagonist is a plot device. It's the main obstacle that your protagonist runs into.
Actually, the main character was that weird kid with the weird hat and the buzzer thing on his
He
hand.
did have main character energy, didn't he?
He did.
He could have done more.
Rachael Leigh Cook was just there.
Really?
Yeah. Kind of.
It was like weird because it was like, all right, we need a really pretty girl that's underage, but we're going to only ever use her for sex jokes.
That really was.
And like literally her introduction was like the 16 or the little boy was like, thank God, a nice pretty girl that I'm gonna get to sit next to and awkwardly touch and look at. And the first thing she says is like, man, my mom has really big tits and she just had breast surgery because her tits are so fucking big. Sorry.
Yeah, you really do get loud there.
But that's like,
Yeah, my mom just had breast reduction surgery. 40% less.
You know what's funny is Cameron and Nick can touch the microphone, but if I even get near it, they'll be like, Marcus, what the fuck are you doing?
That's because you break everything somehow, and I don't know how you do it.
Wait, what if I just like randomly
Don't touch
switch the
Don't
knobs
touch
all
my
around?
microphone. It's mine, not Cameron's.
You fight. Okay, so
I wasn't going to.
remember when you stayed at Nick's apartment and you when you left, you somehow turned off the air conditioning or the heater or whatever.
You turned my thermostat to off.
Yeah, you turned off his heating in the winter.
Well, I was trying to make it actually warmer, but
You're trying to
I
make.
didn't know. Earlier that week I tried to make it hotter, but Nick said I was making it too expensive.
There's only like 3 options. It's just
I know.
one switch. How could you not
didn't-
figure it out?
I didn't know, but I woke up and I was freezing, but
That's because the fan was on. All I had to do was shut it off.
and then I messed with it. I learned the hard way not to mess with thermometers because I don't know what I'm doing.
So this microphone is more complicated than a thermostat, and you don't know how to use a thermostat. So there's no way we would trust you with this microphone.
That's why I was joking.
Which part of the thermostat like goes up the butt? Like what?
You gotta press your ass cheeks up against the wall where the thermostat is to know the temperature of the room.
Oh, okay. So that's why. That's why you couldn't figure it out.
That's why it's jammed.
You had to do what?
It's old fashioned.
You had to do what?
It's one of those old manual ones.
You needed to do what Stephen Baldwin did in Biodome. Just slam your ass cheeks up against.
You finally remembered his name.
I did. I had to think about it for like 5 seconds before I said it.
Stephen Baldwin.
Stephen
Hawking.
Stephen Baldwin.
I mean, I'll draw you a diagram.
Don't draw on that.
Baldwin. I thought you were gonna be like, they're gonna pull the napkin and be like, "Don't draw on that napkin." I care about that.
No, don't, because it's gonna go through. You're breaking it. And you're gonna draw on his mom's hand knitted.
I can't be an
tabletop.
artist because
No, it's
No, you
this
can't
is
be
why
an
you can't
artist.
be a human being.
Just go
on.
flip to a page
He
that's
had a
blank
notebook.
and write on
Yeah.
it. Yeah, just flip to a blank page.
I give up.
Here,
on
I'll give you paper.
No, don't rip it out. Just leave it in the notebook and just flip it to a
I
blank
like
page.
how both of you are dictators
I'm ripping it out.
to each
Like,
other.
no, but it's gonna bleed through. It's gonna rip and get onto
I'm grabbing a
Hi,
book
this
that
is
you can write on.
CJ talking to you live at the PPP, the Product Placement Podcast, coming to you live.
It's
live
on
at the
me.
time of recording.
You didn't need to change it. You just had to get closer. It's not on me.
I just wanted to bring it in closer.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, we really
back
should.
to Carpool.
Finish this up.
Carpool
I forgot we were making a podcast.
is about. Okay, I'm gonna read the last paragraph on this VHS tape. Like a car driven through too many potholes, Daniel's priorities need realignment, and Franklin is just the right fella to show him how. Daniel will have the time of his life, quality time with his kids. It should add after holding them hostage.
And at gunpoint.
I didn't even know the characters' names. The entire time I was just thinking, oh, that's Tom Arnold. That's the dad. Like, I didn't even know they had names.
He looks like
Franklin
Ben
Laszlo.
Schwartz's
Here you
dad.
go. I drew a diagram. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Did you really have to draw a diagram to show me how you didn't know how to use a thermostat?
Yeah, to examine how I woke up cold and hungover and really cold, and I didn't know what the fuck I was looking at, and that's
Yep.
how I saw it in my mind.
It's really hard when the thermostat very clearly reads hot, off, cold, and you turn it from hot to off. That is easy mistake to make.
Also, I'm gonna draw giant anime titties.
I was wondering why those weren't
Also,
on
did
there.
this get turned down? Because it got quiet all of a sudden.
I turned it down a little bit because it kept spiking.
Pop, pop, pop.
Pop goes my heart.
Oh, that's a good movie.
I don't know.
That's a good song, honestly.
Music and Lyrics is a really good movie. I like it. What's the next movie we should watch for the podcast?
Well, okay, before we decide that, we should go around the table and give our rating for the movie. Did we decide on crucifixes or donuts?
I think everyone should have their own rating system.
Okay, everyone has their own rating system.
Are they
so-
gourmet donuts or just normal donuts?
God, out of 10 poop bowls,
Tomato muffin, but I give it a
Stop moving
giant
around the
size.
paper.
I would say I would give Carpool like a solid, like no liquid and like solid, good fiber in your diet, like a 6 out of 10 poop bowls.
Okay.
I would watch it again. Like I don't want to, but I would.
I actually liked it a lot, even though I did start playing some TFT midway through.
I fell asleep during the climax, apparently.
Okay. No, but if I start playing TFT during a movie, that's actually a compliment to
I was
the
gonna draw
movie.
Squidward on it.
That it pairs well.
It
with
pairs
TFT.
well with video
Yeah,
games.
sure.
That I can play a video game and just enjoy the movie. Just sit back, relax, play some TFT, enjoy a little bit of the movie. So I'm gonna give it like a 7.5 out of 10. of donuts, I guess.
That's not bad.
7.5 donuts. Yeah, that's pretty
Are
good.
jelly filled or
Not jelly filled.
the
not a big
chocolate with the chocolate on the inside?
fan. No, that's too much chocolate.
Are they gourmet donuts at least?
They are gourmet donuts. I'm thinking maybe like a red velvet donut.
Okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
like 7.5 red velvet
donuts.
I give it a
I love blue.
7 at no, that's too high. 6.9 out of 10.
7 is too high. I think 7 is a lot.
Yeah, 6.9 out of 10 crucifixes, because I think Jesus would want you to watch Carpool to help save the environment, because it's better to carpool than for everyone to like have their own individual.
It's actually a very environmental movie. Even the movie says it's 30%.
Oh yeah, the VHS tape says it's 30% total recycled fiber.
So far, we've done Biodome and Carpool.
Yeah. Hey, it's a pattern of environment.
Of really bad movies.
Okay, but this was actually good. This was actually good.
Yeah.
This was
it was way better than Biodome.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Biodome is actually shit.
Here's the thing about Carpool.
That's why you're ruining my creativity.
Why are you ruining my podcast?
What? I was just reaching to draw because it's the only thing I was going to do. I was going to
Fine, just keep your mouth shut.
What's your carpool?
I was just going to.
What's your carpool rating?
Yeah,
Real
what's
quick.
your carpool rating? Out of 10.
I agree with Nick. A 6.9.
6.9. But you just said like you love this movie. How can you only give it a 6.9?
Out of 6.9.
Oh,
Nice.
6.9 what?
Oh, and he wrote it down too. It's official.
6.9 what?
out of
Yeah, but
6.9.
what?
Out of pee holes.
No,
Out of
6.9 what?
6.9 pee holes
Pee
out of
holes?
6.9 pee holes.
Oh, that is the average number of pee holes per
Okay.
person.
And what did I say? 6 poop bowls?
You said, I don't know, you
Wait,
said,
what
yeah,
was it?
poop filled
Six
bowl.
poop bowl. No, I didn't say poop filled. I said solid, high fiber diet poop bowls.
Why are you talking again?
Because Nick slapped me. I'm writing it down.
Also, we're having a conversation.
Yeah, we are literally having a conversation right now.
I'm talking to you, Cameron. We're all having a conversation.
You calibrated the
He's
microphone
talking
so
to
that
Nick.
everyone can hear the microphone. So, wow, I have.
He was talking while you were talking. Is that a conversation when he's just talking over you?
We're all talking.
I didn't mean to talk over anybody. I was like just talking normally. Like I talk.
But when you're doing a podcast, it's still interrupted.
Oh my God, Nick! Marcus was just talking, explaining how he's talking.
You just interrupted me to explain how I interrupted him while he was interrupting everybody.
Don't
We're best friends.
Don't dox me
We've
like
known
that.
each other for 12 and a half
Okay,
years.
so let me explain my agitation. Is that like it's one thing if he's talking to CJ, but it kind of just seemed like he was mumbling to himself.
Yeah, he
Wasn't
was.
it cool when we went to
Walnut Grill?
Bonga or something?
What Califunga Bunga?
He meant Walnut Grill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
So,
I threw up in the parking lot.
So I was gonna say something. Can I say something?
no.
Okay. I'm just gonna take that as you just doing it for funny, like comedic effect.
Let's say
You're
that.
actively talking, Cameron.
I know.
Let's say
All right,
that.
think of it this way, Cameron. I don't see you for months, but you see Nick literally every day.
I see him every week. Every day is a stretch.
Every weekend.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I understand that this movie it wouldn't be considered a good movie. Like, critically, like people would see this movie and be like, "Oh yeah, nobody's winning awards for this." But I think it did its job. Like, I think it was pretty funny and it was pretty consistent. And even though there are parts of it that were like, "Oh, that's so dumb, that's sexist or whatever," that like doesn't need to be in there.
It oddly has like good family values
Yeah.
and stuff at the end of it.
Yeah, there's way too much violence in movies and sex on TV. We need some good old-fashioned family values.
With an underage girl being sexualized by a teenage boy.
Only like
He's,
verbally though.
Family.
And if you put it all together, it was only like maybe less than a minute worth of that scene, actually.
You heard it from Marcus himself. Sexual assault is okay as long as it's less than a minute long.
They have to be underage.
That entire
and-
movie was filled with way more PG-13 jokes than I expected for it.
Yeah, but that's what. Okay, the script, whatever the writing was, terrible. But like the little gags and visual bits that showed up that it worked. But
yeah, it was kind of surprising how I didn't feel like sometimes when I see stuff like that in a movie, I'm like, oh, that's dumb. It kind of ruins the movie for me. But like in this movie, it just felt right.
Yeah,
like it belonged. But what was I gonna say?
It belonged in this movie.
In this movie,
slightly less.
So there is another scene that they didn't do this intentionally, but I thought it was kind of funny. So there's the little girl that like takes forever to do anything, like whether it be walking or getting.
Oh yeah, and then she's like, oh yeah, we have to wait for my sister, and then the sister's taking even longer.
She's in slow motion.
Yeah, I think that was really funny. And someone in the editing room has got to been like, oh man, this is genius.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah,
I appreciated that.
Yep, Rachael Leigh Cook. She's a cool actress. She should have been in more stuff.
Child actress in that movie.
She was in. Right. Stop! You were making so much noise. Every time you shuffle the paper, it's right in the middle of the microphone.
I feel like you're making a bigger deal.
Yeah, he's like, Marcus, I'm going to yell at you for a minute on this podcast about how you're ruining this podcast.
Quit shuffling the paper and doing things and clicking the pen and doing bullshit in front of the microphone.
I was saying you guys should add to the page for the podcast.
No. Wait till afterwards.
You mean we should draw on this piece of paper so our listeners can
so they have something to look at? Yeah.
Alright, I'm done.
Okay.
Thank you. Finally.
Okay. Thank you for joining us on the podcast, Marcus. The podcast.
Or my voice that can I have my phone back?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm leaving forever because you guys suck.
We were a little bit mean to Marcus.
Marcus, come back. I'll suck your dick.
He doesn't want that.
I'll lick your asshole.
I don't think.
Yeah, come on. He's coming back.
All right.
He's coming back.
You know sorry. Just what to say.
I'm sorry, Marcus. Sometimes I get carried away. I don't like that kind of ASMR.
Maybe come on my back.
I will take some blame for this because I have been very low tolerance today. I've been very moody.
He has been verbally abusing us all day today.
I need to look inside myself and ask, why am I being such a piece of shit to everyone around me?
Well,
it's because we didn't go to Twin Peaks. We didn't look at enough boobies today.
I'll look inside you if you want, Cameron.
No, I need to do that myself.
That's gonna be very difficult. I'll record it.
I was trying to inspire you guys to write more.
I'll hold the mirror
on the page.
What we just want to do voice stuff, not noise.
I can sing you Nirvana.
It's not a camera. It's only recording the audio. So
right. Okay. Well, I think that the moral of the story is that we're all friends here, and nothing bad will happen
ever.
As long as we continue licking each other's buttholes anytime we feel
come on.
We'll just do it in kind of like, what was that movie? The Human Centipede. So we'll just kind of go around with each other's buttholes.
What was the only movie that you could reference for that?
Well, there's Human Centipede 2 and 3.
Do it in a circle.
We'll just lick each other's assholes in a circle.
That's actually not what happened in the movie, but...
No, but it's just there's no, like you said, no other movie really to reference in that.
You can just reference
blue is the warmest color. Blue is the warmest color.
I've only seen the sex scene in that movie.
You could also just reference a porno.
Yeah, when we're done. Fine. Taking a picture of Marcus.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say it. I enjoyed that movie a lot, and I think it was a good choice.
I really enjoyed watching Cameron play TFT while he watched the movie.
Yeah, I liked laying on the floor because the couch is terrible and uncomfortable. Somehow, laying in your bed was better.
We usually watch movies in Cameron's bed together.
Well, there was too many people this time, so not everybody would have been able to fit.
Next time we're gonna have to make it work.
Next time we're just not gonna invite anybody else.
Next time we're just gonna have sex.
Just gonna have to get a bigger bed.
You really want me to buy a bigger bed just so we can have 5 people watch a movie in my room at the same time?
If I were to say yes, would it happen?
No, not at all.
Why don't we just hire a bunch of escorts and ask them their opinions on movies?
Be furniture for us.
I might as well just fucking buy it. I might as well just fucking buy a bigger bed if I'm gonna have to pay money to hire escorts.
You think? Okay. Let's get a better bed.
Okay, yeah, Nick, I like.
Actually, no.
how
Let's
you're going with this.
Actually, here's another idea. Let's put the 2 mattresses from the 2 rooms upstairs together in your room.
Sounds like way too much work, and I don't think I have enough room for both beds.
Yeah, no, we would have to take the other stuff out. Of your room.
Here, no. Keep the beds there. Buy a bunch of like twin beds and connect them like dominoes.
So vertical.
Just have one really long bed like going through the hallway.
I could also just get a bunk bed and then,
If you got a bunk bed, we would have sleepovers every time I come over, and I would be like, "Hey, Cameron, I just farted." And you'd be like, "God damn it, don't fart on my bed." And I'll be like, "Hee hee."
You do it anyway. I don't need a bunk bed for you to do that.
That's true. I fart on your bed every time I sit down on it. Every time.
So how many viewers do we have by now?
We don't have any viewers because they're listening.
Remember.
And that's the end of the
Cameron
podcast.
Oh god, they're viewers, okay, and in Chums in the House can only survive with viewers like you. Thank you for watching our. What does PP podcast stand for?
Product placement.
Product placement.
What's
podcast.
the product?
We are.
Placement.
Chums in the House.
We're the product.
Watch Chums in the House on YouTube.
We are a product of our own decisions.
And the movie Auteurs coming in summer 2025.
And
Is there anything we want to add?
I don't have any other projects going on.
No, I'm just
What about
focusing
Bad
on the
Vibes?
movie.
We're not talking about that yet.
Okay.
It's not ready.
Okay.
Teaser.
Let's just keep mentioning the movie every episode to get people primed and ready for it.
Carpool.
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 Let's review Auteurs when it's done.
Starring
Our
Fred
movie.
Savage.
I wish I could get Fred Savage.
I wanted this
That'd be
podcast to
great.
be shorter, but it's already gone like the same length as the other one.
Oh, good.
Well,
Also
we can cut-
subscribe to Chumps in the House on VHS.
On VHS.
$69 per subscription.
Yeah.
We'll sell it on
we,
VHS.
We just have, but we only have the one VHS, so it's like a library rentals thing.
It's
You have to mail it back to us. Please rewind it.
It's
I was about to say, the word amateur has been like ruined for me because I just automatically think porn after someone.
Jeez,
says
you
it.
have a real problem.
I know.
You need to stop watching porn.
No, it's not even that. It's
no, just amateur.
just amateur. I only hear like the word amateur when someone says amateur porn. I feel like nobody says amateur other than amateur porn.
I'm renaming our movie. It's going to be called Amateurs.
Amateurs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but that's different because it's amateurs.
That's actually a more accurate description of us.
I think that's better. I think that's more of like a buzzword
Hey, I have a
because of the
question.
porn.
Yeah.
Can you message your parents and ask them if I can steal one of their wine bottles?
I
out of their
literally
fridge?
told you I'm never gonna give you alcohol, like ever.
Never going to give
Yeah,
My
but
entire life.
What about your parents? Maybe they'll give Marcus.
No, they won't.
No. Even
because
if
I'll
they
tell
said
them not to.
even
What if I tell
they
them I
could-
might pee on their floor or couch?
Huh, you got some
You're
competition.
never allowed in here.
Kirby is in the other room.
But he's
Already
he wears a
peed.
belly band though. Like that's not going.
Marcus, you need a belly band.
I mean, he has clothes.
We're just kind of like tie his dick up.
Marcus, we gotta tie your dick up.
Don't you already have beer?
This is the last of it.
That's the last of
all
it?
you got?
I think I only got 2.
He got 2 tall boys.
Really? Usually you get like a 24 pack.
I know.
He only had like $10. Beer's kind of expensive.
The last $10 on 2 tall boys, huh? Wait, that sounds weird.
that sounds like dude, that sounds like a good album.
That
we can
sounds
make.
like
that
a-
sounds like a dubstep album.
Sounds like a real amateur porn.
Let's bring out
Last
your,
$10 on
let's bring out
2
your piano
tall
from,
boys.
How come I just
On
keep
a
writing?
great
I just keep
night.
writing lyrics for songs in this
This is
podcast.
My favorite part of this podcast was when we
That is gonna be
took a dookie together in a bathtub and Nick swam in it.
I'm not Eric Wareheim from Tim and Eric's $1 Billion
6
Movie.
out of
You
10
gotta stop
pooples.
making pop culture references that aren't even relevant anymore.
That was relevant. He just described a scene from that movie.
That was from like what 10 years ago?
What did I do?
Carpool was
This
from
movie's from
what?
30 years ago.
Yeah.
But that's the topic of the podcast. It's totally different than a random.
And it's not
tidbit.
really a pop culture reference because it's not really pop or culture because no one's seen it except for us in the last 30 years.
And Roseanne.
Yeah. Wait, Roseanne's seen it?
I assume so.
Roseanne's definitely seen Carpool.
She paid for it, but she wasn't credited.
Oh,
Right, that's exactly. Roseanne paid for this movie. Okay.
Through the coke addiction.
One might say that Tom Arnold really had a low bar for marriage.
Is that a reference to something with Tom Arnold?
Roseanne Barr.
Oh, that is her last name. It's weird. I don't know why. I want to say like her last name is Roseanne.
Roseanne. No, her first name is Bitch.
Actually, Roseanne.
Bitch Roseanne.
That would be.
Roseanne isn't the monster. Roseanne made the monster.
I only said that
That's
because
Tom Arnold.
she's kind of bigoted, so it's okay. So I can say that.
I don't know enough about her.
Okay, I think
Except that she fucked Tom Arnold.
I feel bad for Tom Arnold. Anyway,
and made Carpool.
He got $50 million from it. Why? Don't feel bad for him.
That's true.
And then he burned $17 million.
Well, it wasn't really his money. This isn't even his movie. He just acts in it.
That's what I'm saying, man.
So yeah, watch Carpool. It's free on YouTube, or you can buy it on YouTube. There's two options. It says either watch it for free or rent or buy for $3.99.
Or if you know how to use a computer, you just download it illegally from however you want to do that.
We do not condone piracy, but it is an option.
It technically is something you can do. Free will is something we all have.
I only condone piracy on the high seas.
That's what orange juice is for.
Yeah.
Anyway, I prefer Tang.
On the PPP.
Are we going to do that song every single time?
No,
PPP
I just thought
PPP 2.
I prefer Tang on the PPP.
PPP 3. PPP 4. PPP 5, PPP 6,
no.
PPP
What was the
7,
what was
PPP Heaven.
What was the name of the of this episode though?
Oh, right, I have that on my phone. So, hard to hate, impossible to like.
But it actually was likable. Should we really have that as a title?
I mean, it's just so there's also inane and dull family comedy.
What was the one that you said, Cameron?
It was like it was something. Oh, let me find it again.
Wide-eyed and mirthlessly
yeah,
peppy.
you should draw some stuff on there. It's really fun.
Nick loves big anime boobies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's what mine was. Better than you think, which doesn't help much.
Yeah. I like that. I like that because it is better than I thought, but it doesn't help the movie at all. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the name of the episode.
Cameron, I have a question.
Is it related to the podcast?
It's actually related to Netflix. Could I steal your Netflix password so I can watch Breaking Bad?
That's not related to the podcast.
Then, yeah. I know.
We've had like 5 opportunities to cut it.
I know. I wanted to do like, thanks for watching the podcast.
Oh, thanks for watching the podcast. Nick is my friend. And
I'm not going to let you finish it because you've already messed it up.
Thanks for watching the podcast.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to the podcast, actually.
You have listened to the podcast.
And we're going to watch Carpool right now. It's going to be a 90 minutes until it's over because we have to commentary the entire movie.
You're welcome for the content. I'm not thanking you.